Hi everyone! I want to present you my second project that I made for my swap partner Dwyllis Harrison. I'm super excited by this swap because I do love Dwyllis, her work very much. And we had agreed to make 3 items plus one surprise item. Now this is the wall hanging, and it all started with this vintage doily that I found in one of my local flea markets. I found it such a beautiful way to finish off with wall hanging at the end that I started to build it up from the back to the front. And before I'm going to turn around the image and the wall hanging, I want to tell you a little story about it. The image I used is an image of one of our Belgian princesses. Her name was Princess Charlotte of Belgium. She was the only daughter of our King Leopold I. Now, Princess Charlotte was a very desired princess. At the age of 10, she had her own personal household. She was very rich as well, and she's also directly connected to, just take a quick glance if I say it right, she's directly connected to the English crown as well. She was a first cousin to Queen Elizabeth and Prince Albert, and she was also a first cousin to King Ferdinand of Portugal. Um, Charlotte was a lucky girl because she had the free choice to choose her husband. And at a very young age, I think it was about 16, 17, she married Maximilian of Austria. Now, Maximilian of Austria was the brother of Franz Joseph of Austria. He was the emperor of Austria, northern Italy, and Hungary, and married to the famous Sissi princess. I'm just gonna go through it shortly. Dwyllis, you will get a little tag with a little bit more of information of Princess Charlotte. What's so important for me for Princess Charlotte is that she's connected partially to the hometown of my mom, because Princess Charlotte lived for a while in the city of Trieste in the beautiful castle of Miramare. That's a very beautiful castle on a cliff in Trieste. If you have the chance to go there, please visit this castle. It's really gorgeous and the view is magnificent. Now, Charlotte and Maximilian were very ambitious persons. Weren't quite happy to be although they had a happy time in Italy, they were very ambitious. And when Napoleon III offered them to become Emperor and Empress of Mexico, they accepted it. Although a lot of people advised not to go to Mexico. Mexico was very dangerous in those times. And those people turned out to become right. Charlotte was sent back to Italy. Unfortunately, Charlotte already showed some mental instability in those days. She was becoming insane and anxiety and all kind of other stuff. Unfortunately, the marriage between Maximilian and Charlotte was also a marriage of love, but unfortunately also childless. Now, Charlotte was kept in darkness over her sweet Maxie, but that's how she called Maximilian. She called him Maxie. She was kept in the darkness from his death for more than 7 months. Maximilian was shot in front of a fire platoon in Mexico by soldiers of Juarez. And so she lived in seclusion for a while in the castle Miramare until her brothers Leopold and Philip came together and brought her back to Belgium. Um, she lived there in an institution, first in one institution, but that institution burned down. And then she lived for a while in another mental institution in Belgium, in Laken, where she died quite old because she died at the age of 87. But what always fascinated me is that there's a little legend going around that the spirit of Princess Charlotte still lingers around in the gardens of the castle of Miramare. That there's a girl in a white gown wandering around in the gardens calling Maxi, Maxi, Maxi. So she's still searching for her husband. Here you see just a quick picture of Princess Charlotte with her Maximilian of Austria. As I said, Dwyllis, you will have more information on on the card that I made, just to give a, not to bother you too much with history. This is Princess Charlotte as a young girl, and here you see in black and white the beautiful castle of Miramare in Trieste. Now we'll turn over the wall hanging and you will understand why Princess Charlotte was such a desired princess. She was considered to be very beautiful, and the image is padded up with wadding just to give it some dimension. And then starting from the doily you see in the back, I layered up. I know it's very big, it will be very hard to film, but I will put pictures of the wall hanging as well. There the hangers made, started with some satin and then topped with coffee dye and tea dyed flower appliques. Here you see the layering. This is a vintage lace from my stash. This is also lace from my stash. A lot of vintage pieces in here that I hoarded, but now really want to make something special for my friend Dwyllis. And also several Shabbylicious laces. Now as this is, I'm gonna remove the, she's a princess, I wanted to give it a little bit of a royal look, so I had this very antique color piece here, and I wanted to create like a crown on top. Again, added my doodad flowers. This is again a vintage color piece. Accented one of the flowers with a blink piece. And if we go here, this is one of my hand crocheted multi-layered flowers. This one has been coffee stained for one or the other reason. I didn't know why. The edges took a little bit more of coffee dye than the rest, but I kind of like how it turned out. These are 2 rosettes with some eyelash trims, flat back pearl, and here you see a piece of applique. Now here are several of Lily's laces. There's this gorgeous lace over here. It was originally white, but it's been tea dyed. That was a beautiful vintage lace from my stash. This is again a beautiful piece of lace from Lily's store. And doodad flowers. Now no, Lily sells these as well. On the edge here again, a lot of Shabbylicious laces. Yes, I love her laces. And this was a lace, vintage lace from my stash. Here was more Lily lace and doodad flowers. At the bottom again, I repeated the color. Now this was actually white. It's been avocado dyed. As well, this lace of Lily that's been avocado dyed as well. It gives a nice soft pink color. This is an applique that I found in one of my recent hunts, flea market hunts, and again used doodad flowers and put some diamante bling on the edge. And here you see this beautiful, gorgeous and very delicate and fine vintage. I think it's rather more antique than vintage. And then here you see several layers of dangle laces. It's been avocado dyed, tea dyed. I don't remember how many laces, but I really put a lot of layers just to give it a nice fringe fullness at the bottom. And if we go over here, these are all handmade flowers. No, these are handmade flowers, excuse me. And these are doilies that I again tea dyed and coffee dyed and avocado dyed and made a doily flower. And then added some dangles here with some bits and pieces of lace and eyelash trim. These are the puffy flowers that everybody knows from Trisha Little Shabby Chic. Again, here also vintage applique. And if we go continue, you see all the layers here again. Finished off the corners also with applique pieces. So let's put it down. Maybe we can give you. It was really fun to make. I really start enjoying more and more making these wall hanging. And I want to thank all the ladies that give me the inspiration to make one, like Dwyllis and Margaret. She's 7MRST here on YouTube, and Bonnie Sensic Scrappers. And I probably forgetting a lot of people, but oh, thank you very much, because you are all fantastic and showing everything off. And it really now got me over the edge in making one larger one myself. Let me know what you think, everyone. Some of you already saw a sneak peek on my Facebook page. Again, thank you all for watching and commenting. Bye.